is closely monitoring that. And with that, I think I want to turn to Carly Hagerty, who's our director.
It's 7:30 on this Wednesday, August 13, and that means you have had exactly 30 minutes to pour over the New Heights podcast. It just dropped. Travis and Taylor and Jason Kelsey all sitting down to talk about her new album, their relationship, and so much more. I've been asking all the Swifties out there who are tuned in to hit pause, come over, join us, share some of their thoughts. Let us know if you like it or not. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. It is our big story tonight. However, we're also going to attempt to answer a question that I think every guy out there has asked themselves at one time or other. We are talking about the question, does size really matter? I actually made it our poll question tonight because I'm so curious about it. But get your heads out of the gutter because we are specifically talking about engagement ring sizes, okay? So we want you to weigh in on that, and we have a couple ways that you can do it. As always, we are live on YouTube right now, even though I know everyone is watching that Taylor Swift podcast. More than 1 million people were watching the last time I checked. We are live behind the scenes on TikTok right now. We post stories early in our broadcast channel every day. That gives you a chance to weigh in early. We read the comments, but of course, the Lion Zoom room is the main way to do it. You see the QR code on the screen, the meeting ID up there as well, 892-0982. 4674. Go ahead, scan that, get ready to join us live. And just a reminder, as always, if you are in there, keep your cameras on, people. Turn on your cameras so we can see you and have you join the conversation. Also, hang out the whole 30 minutes because we're going to check back in with you from time to time. Of course, in addition to all of my virtual co-hosts out there in the Lion Zoom room, I also like to have a little help here in studio. And today, we've got sports host and sideline reporter Gearin Austin joining us live. You may have just seen her. Come on in. You may have just seen her over on Fox 5 on Like It or Not, where they talked about a lot of different stories. I'm going to ask you first and foremost,
Yes.
Are you a Swiftie?
Oh my gosh, who isn't a Swiftie?
Are you going to go home and watch the New Heights podcast because Taylor Swift is appearing on it right now as we speak?
Probably. I like to get the highlights, so yeah.
Well,
I'm
I appreciate.
I'm a Swiftie, and I'm excited. I like seeing this. I like seeing more behind the scenes with their relationship because we've only seen them kind of far apart, so it's kind of fun to see them together and the way that they've been interacting.
Well, they dove right into it. We're going to talk about that in just a second. First, though, every single time I have a guest on here, I like to have a poll question that I ask.
Okay.
It just sets the scene. It's a jumping off point. I'll explain why we're talking about it in a second, but the question is, does size really matter? Yes or no? Right now, you see the results. 75% say no, 25% say yes. You get to weigh in first.
I was going to say yes.
Size does matter. We're talking about engagement rings, so we're going to get into that just a little bit later. First, though, we're starting off tonight right where we started last night, and that was Taylor Swift, because the Taylor episode of New Heights just dropped 33 minutes ago now. Social media already flooded with highlights, so consider this a little bit of a spoiler alert if you plan to listen, but decided to check us out first. You see the cover of the album right there, The Life of a Showgirl. We know she wrote it while she was on the Eras Tour in Europe. We know it's out October 3rd officially, but you can pre-order it now. 12 tracks going on with that 12th album theme, 12-12. One of the songs features Sabrina Carpenter, who had opened for her on the Eras Tour as well. That podcast still going on right now. It's an hour and 44 minutes long, so you still have another hour and 11 minutes in it to make it through. But remember, you can always go back to that. You can join us live. In the meantime, we're going to keep talking about it. However, there was one sneak peek clip that got released. And Marina Morocco really honed in on one piece of it because it drove her nuts. I want you to take a listen, okay? Take a listen.
Such a nice color on you.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie. That's why we match so well.
So in case you missed it, okay, he called her Sweetie. It's his pet name for his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. Marina and producer Sophie, though, had some thoughts about that pet name in particular.
I think the pet name Sweetie is so nice. It's so, I can think it can be taken in the wrong context, but I do believe it's a bless your heart situation where if you say it passive aggressively, it's going to be taken passive aggressively. So I think that's my take.
He's just so monotone, and the way he says it, Sophie, is condescending. At least that's how it reads for me. The sweeties, the sweetheart, the honey. It can be old-timey, and I'm sure it works for a lot of relationships that have been, you know, here in history for a long time. But if you say sweetie to me, I'm gonna punch you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
You hit the
Punch you. Marina coming out swinging. Now, Kieran, we saw you up in the balcony in that clip. You were on the Take It To earlier.
Yes.
But this idea of pet names, do you like them or not?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. When you have a close relationship with somebody and they have a pet name for you, and once again, like I said, I liked seeing more of their relationship. I liked them letting us see the pet names. Now, I don't like being called sweetie when I'm at the grocery store and you're checking out and somebody's like, okay, sweetie. I feel like then it's condescending, but I think like in a relationship.
They have to know you.
Yes, like I said, if it's my mom or a partner or something like that and they call, I just think that this was really a sweet way to kind of see more into their relationship, and they haven't really shown us that much. So every couple of months or so, we're seeing more and more into this. You know, we saw Travis posting Taylor on his Instagram for the first time.
Yes, we did.
So I feel like they keep like revealing this, and it's fun to see. So many of us are into this relationship. It looks like they're having a really great time, and I like to see this.
Here's what it made me think of immediately. And Jim, if you've got that clip on standby, okay? I had to go back like 30 years to one of my favorite shows of all time. Take a listen.
Which one do you want to go to, Schmoopy?
You call me Schmoopy. You're Schmoopy.
You're Schmoopy.
You're Schmoopy.
I can relate to George there. It's when other people do it in front of me, but I have to admit, I am so guilty of doing this, and my wife can back me up on that one. I see we've got Chad. Chad's hanging out in the Lion's Den room. Chad wrote us a theme song. If you didn't see it on my social media, you can check it out there. I'll repost it again. But Chad, this idea of pet names for your significant other, do you have one, and do you like it or not?
I do like it. I can't say what the pet name is on air, probably. Are you trying to keep this clean, right?
I am trying to keep it clean as much as possible. I have no
I'm
control.
a fan. I feel like it has to come naturally. Like it just one day it comes to you. Like it's a natural process. You can't overthink it. It just comes to you one day. But I'm a fan of it. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. I see we have Jacqueline in the Zoom room. Jacqueline, I feel a little weird calling you that because this is my mom, ladies and gentlemen. This is my mom joining us now live. Now, I know for a fact that your father was the king of pet names, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
And what was his go-to?
I never heard him call my mother by her given name, Teresa. It was always Doll Baby.
Now, have you picked up on that? Do you have a pet name for your husband, AKA my dad?
Not really. I mean, it's still Jar and Jack, you know.
Yeah. Also, I will give a quick shout out and say hello to Ben and Annie hanging out there. That's my niece and nephew. Thank you guys for watching. We will try to keep it clean. In the meantime, I see Allison. Allison is also in the Zoom room. Allison, the idea of pet names. Do you like them or not?
I think it's so cute, and hearing your mother say that your grandfather was called Doll Baby, I love that, and I'm going to request to be called Doll Baby. That is beautiful.
All right,
I love
so I just want everyone out there watching right now to know that if I call on Doll Baby, Allison asked for it, okay? It's not me being cringe. And speaking of cringe, that actually leads us right into our next topic, because I want you to look at this USA Today headline that just came out today. Goodbye Brat Summer, which you know is Charlie XCX if you're not familiar. It's time for cringe summer. Now the paper says summer 2025, which we know is quickly coming to an end, has been one cringy moment after another. But Gen Z says we should be leaning into it. Take a listen.
If you are willing to be cringe and corny, you will enjoy your life so more. Because at this point, society's depth of cringe and corny is just
being yourself.
The only reason for being themselves is because losing their friends. But when you'll attract people yourself around. If you have to be nonchalant, those aren't your real friends. They're performative friends. If you whole life being something you aren't, you'll never know what you actually are.
Wise words from Gen Z. So, the leaning into the cringe, Garen, do you like it or not?
I think I kind of like leaning into cringe because I don't think there's anything cringe about being authentic. And I think Taylor Swift was one of the ones that said, you can't ever crush somebody for being enthusiastic about something that maybe it's not necessarily deemed the coolest thing ever. But if you're enthusiastic about it and you like it and it's somebody deems it cringe, but that's authentically you, then lean into that cringe.
Well, I was joking earlier that anyone who watches this show knows we lean into the cringe here on Do You Like It or Not. I see we have a new face in the Lion Zoom room. Carrie, can you hear me? And where are you watching from? Carrie, thumbs up, thumbs down. Can you hear us? All right, we're having a little trouble hearing you. But the idea of leaning into cringe, leaning into cringy behavior, do you like that or not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Being authentic, being yourself.
Authentically be yourself.
Yeah,
All right, we like that.
absolutely.
Hang tight. We're going to come back to you in just a little bit. First, though, we're going to move on and we're going to talk about President Trump because you may have seen earlier today, he took a little trip down to the Kennedy Center here in D.C. to announce the 2025 Kennedy Center honorees. If you're not familiar, it's D.C.'s most prestigious prize for performing arts, but one of the artists near and dear to my heart with some strong Philly ties. All right, so that, of course, is a clip from the Oscar-winning 1976 hit Rocky, written by and starring Sylvester Stallone. And Sly will be one of the 5 honorees this year. Also making the cut, country musician George Strait, disco legend and Grammy winner Gloria Gaynor, the Star Child, the Demon, the Spaceman, and the Cat, a.k.a. Kiss. And then we've got Tony Award-winning Broadway actor Michael Crawford. So President Trump will also host this year's ceremony. So Giran, do you like this list of honorees? And the big question that I have is, because if you're familiar with this award show, they always bring people in to pay tribute to the honorees. Who would you like to see pay tribute?
Oh, I don't even know. I think I'm really excited about Kiss. I don't know. I like rock, especially Kiss. I mean, how can you not like Kiss? They're a legendary band, in my opinion. I did see some people online earlier that weren't really thrilled about this, but I really like this group of honorees. I feel like every person really deserves this, and I think that the list of people who are going to want to come out to honor them is going to be great. And if Donald Trump's hosting that, so he said on the Take It too, that's going to be a very entertaining evening. And so I don't know. I think I like all of it. I think it sounds like a really fun night to honor some really great performers.
So, fun fact, I have a tattoo of Rocky.
I love it.
Sylvester
I love
Stallone
it.
on my forearm, so I might be a little biased. Chad's in the Zoom room. Chad, do you like this list of honorees?
Can you see my 1977 Kiss card?
I do see your 1977 Kiss card. Did you have a favorite? Are you more of a Peter Criss, an Ace Frehley? Are you
I'm an Ace Frehley guy.
Gene Simmons?
I'm an Ace Frehley guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's an Ace Frehley guy. But so you like this list. Do you think this is long overdue for Kiss?
I do, and I'm also a huge Stallone and Rocky fan as well, so this is a great list.
I did have you
I love disco, too.
Yeah,
I did have
Gloria
you rank
Gaynor's
them before.
amazing.
Allison in the Zoom room, a.k.a. Doll Baby. Do you like this list or not?
I love that list, and I'm with Chad. Believe it or not, I was a Kiss fan when I was a kid. Me and my godbrothers and brother, we thought we were Kiss. We would put like little makeup on our face. I knew every single song on the album. I am so glad that Kiss is there. And definitely Gloria Gaynor, that her song, I Will Survive, for one, that's like a testament to my life. And it just means so much to many people out there for many reasons. So I love the list. It's great.
All right. Well, you can keep weighing in on all of these topics on our YouTube page. The comment section is open if you're not watching the New Heights podcast, of course. Coming up next, though, we're going to dive into this debate that we have been having over whether size really matters. We made it our poll. If you want to take a look at the results, they haven't changed much. 3/4 of you still say no. We did get one comment, though. Jackie, I think that's my mom. I like quality of the diamond over the size. Bigger doesn't always mean better. Wise words. We'll talk about it some more coming up right after this. Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Wednesday evening as we try is the key word, to compete with the New Heights podcast and Taylor Swift. There was more than 1 million people tuned in the last time I checked. So if there's anyone on YouTube who's currently watching us, we do want to check that comment section like we do every single night. Right now, Charlotte Price says, not. Jenny says hi. So, you know, I'll take it. It's not quite as feisty as it was earlier this week, but we'll see what happens. In the meantime, let's move on to the question I've been asking all night, and that is whether size matters. And the reason we're asking is because of this monstrosity. You may have seen it. It's hard to miss. Soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo finally proposed to his girlfriend, Georgina Rodriguez, this week after 10 years and 2 children. But it was hard to miss that rock. Jewelers estimate it's around 37 carats and likely cost around $5 million. Now, he is one of the wealthiest athletes out there, so that's chump change to him. But People magazine, not wincing words when it came to this, writing, quote, yes, there's such a thing as a too big engagement ring. And they're not just singling them out, because you see Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez there as well. The writer calls the diamonds they're rocking comical and almost costumey. Now, back in the early aughts, celebrities like Victoria Beckham, Beyonce, and J-Lo rocked downright modest diamonds, only 10 to 20 carats. We miss the days of just 12. We posted this one on our broadcast channel earlier, and we got a lot of comments about it. Be on top. That's Brittany said. When I first saw this post, I was like, side-eye, as much as I want a beautiful big rock size, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's the love that does. Kathleen says, I say quality matters more. The cut and color will add a sparkle and catch the light in a way that gets your ring noticed more than the size of it on your finger. Tanaya says it depends. That ring Ronaldo proposed with is tacky. It looks like it would not even be comfortable to wear, but she would not turn it down. Next up, we've got our cool mom. She's not just any mom, she's a cool mom. I hate this debate. It's materialistic and disrespectful to judge a person by the size of the ring they present, as if their love and devotion is defined by it. If it's given in sincere honesty and affection, if you love it, I love it. Nothing worse than being given a big fat or teeny weeny ring from a fleeter cheater. Size does not matter. Next up, Sharon, I've never been married, but I wouldn't want that size ring. Just something simple is enough, and she will need another wedding ring to wear every day, so it won't cause any attention, but I'm happy for her. Congratulations. Giran, I'll have you. First word, gigantic diamonds. Do you like it or not? Does size matter?
No, I don't like it. I think it's too big. I would agree with all of the viewers. I think that it really isn't about the size of the ring when it comes to a relationship or a marriage. So, and two, I think about it as a security risk. Why would you want to wear that? And you're going to nick it on everything, let's be honest, especially if you have a bunch of kids.
That would worry me. Every single thing you banged it into.
Yeah, so then you're not going to be able to wear it on a daily basis. I think when you're going to have a ring, you want something that is a little bit, in my opinion, just a little bit more elegant. I think it looks like a sports ring, or like somebody said, a little costumey.
It does. It
right?
looks like a Super Bowl ring.
It looks like a Super Bowl ring.
The same writer from People magazine called it Epcot Center on her finger. Allison in the Zoom room, this idea of whether size matters with this gigantic diamond. Do you like it or not?
I don't like that. That ring looks ridiculous. And like you just said, it's like, hey, rob me. Look how big my ring is. And to me, it also masks the relationship. If you have to get a ring that big, it's a flex like, oh, look what he's getting me. But girl, what is he really doing? It's actually the bigger the ring, the bigger the cheater. He's preparing to do something wrong. So he's got a big old ring on your finger.
Oh, we have seen the apology rings before. Mom's in the Lion Zoom room. Mom, my question for you is, with the rise of artificial diamonds, is it really just bigger the better in that case? Do you really care as much about the cut, color, clarity, all those 4 C's I had to learn about before I proposed?
Well, if you want that big ring, I think the lab grown is probably the way to go. But again, are you sacrificing the size for the quality? Again, like everybody else said, I mean, I think it's, number one, it's a distraction to wear something that big. I can't imagine how heavy it is on your hand. And come on, that doesn't, $5 million to me doesn't mean as much as somebody who gave me something that really was meaningful and appropriate. I mean, you know, lab grown though is fine according to a lot of people. I mean, they're very popular right now, so it's another option.
It's another option. All right, keep weighing in on that poll. We're going to keep it up for the rest of the show. In the meantime, we're going to get to another online debate. And I think you guys talked about this one a little earlier. And I think this is a generational divide, but we are talking about whether there is a right and wrong way to check out of a hotel. Take a look.
I'm in the business of misery. Let's take it from the top. She's got a body like an hourglass, it's ticking like a clock. It's a matter. I'm in the business
Now,
of
if you can't read the text on the screen, the TikTok user says, quote, for the older generations, this is how you check out of a hotel. You just walk out. She doubled down in the caption, writing, quote, the front desk doesn't need you to tell them you're checking out, and they don't need you to hand them your room key. However, the comment section, a little more divided. Some people said if you want to show some common courtesy and maybe even give someone else the early check-in they're looking for, give that front desk a heads up so they don't have to wait until the last minute to go clean the room. A former housekeeper agreed, saying it makes their job easier if you let the front desk know. Another person called out Gen Z travelers for being afraid of a minor social interaction, meaning they literally can't even walk up to the front desk and let people know they're checking out. Experts say there's technically nothing wrong with just leaving. You are allowed to do it, but it does streamline the process if you give a heads up. So, Garen, do you like the idea of checking out, or are you just a walkout person?
I'm definitely not a walkout person. I was actually in a hotel this past weekend, and the gentleman at the front desk was very helpful. I asked if I could extend an hour, and he's like, yeah, anything. And I wanted a bunch of stuff at the food thing, and he's like, yeah, just put on your, it was so helpful. I really felt like the hotel really took care of me. I really enjoyed my stay, so I wanted to let them know. And as I saw another traveler leaving, they'd asked them, is there anything that we can improve on? And that person wanted to go speak with them. Obviously, they had some type of an issue. So I do like to go, I like to have a relationship with that person, because a lot of times I've been traveling so much, I've left things behind. And I think that if you ignore them, you're rude to them, or if they've done a good job, I really want to acknowledge that. Or if there is something that happened, I want to let them know about it. So I hate to admit this, but I've had to call so many hotels and say, can you go check in room C6? I think I left my sunglasses in there. And I think too, if you've been courteous and spoke to them, they'll probably remember you and be more likely to go look for that for you. Or if there's an issue with your billing, and that can also be a huge situation.
That was the part that I was going to say. You will not get hit with any surprise charges if you get your receipt when you go to check out and you see that they're charging you for that mini bar that you may or may not have actually used.
And sometimes when you're really nice to them, maybe they're going to just kind of wipe away some of those mini bar charges. So I think that is only good can come when you go and actually talk to the person and express how your stay was, whether it was positive or negative.
But we might be showing our age, and I wish we had some Gen Zers in our Lion Zoom room. I know that Ben and Annie are hanging out with my mom, but they're a little too young to be checking into hotels right now. But Chad, I see you're in there. You're our Gen X resident Gen Xer. This idea of just walking out of a hotel room, do you like it or not?
I think I'm going to start doing it, because we were just camping in Lake George this past weekend, and I stopped at the front, I guess, not really desk, the cabin thing, and I said, hey, we're checking out. They're like, okay. It was like there was no need for me to do that. There's there's nothing to hand over. So I could have just left, and they're like, all right.
It 100% sometimes depends on the age of the person working at the front desk, too. I've had Gen Z concierges before who look at me like I'm insane for bringing back the key. I think some people keep them as a souvenir.
That's the look I got. That's the look I got. Like, well, okay.
Yeah, like, why are you bothering me right now?
Yeah, exactly.
I understand. Allison, this idea of just walking out versus checking out, do you like it or not?
No, you definitely want to check out, because again, like it was stated, you never know what might be there for you. They might say, oh, here's a coupon for $20 off your next stay. Like, you never know. And it's just a courteous thing. And the video you showed of that young lady walking out, it looks like she was scared, like nervous. Girl, what did you tear up or do wrong in your room?
Yeah, she got a little party like a rock star in that hotel room, partying like kissing.
Like kissing there, yeah.
All right, let's move on from hotel rooms to movie theaters. And this debate comes to us courtesy of the fellas over at Barstool Sports. Take a listen.
This woman was at a movie theater, and she said, remember, like in the good old days when you could just show up to the theater and you didn't have to have an assigned seat? Like, these assigned seats are I hate it. I would argue That's one of the greatest technological advancements we've ever made.
Agree 1,000%.
First of all, they're assigned because most of the theaters now have recliners, which is awesome. And you now know, if you look on there and you're like, oh, this movie at 7:30 is pretty full, I don't want to sit next to all these people, I'll go to a different one. Instead of showing up.
I have no words for someone who doesn't like the idea of assigned seating at a movie theater.
It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever.
It's the best thing ever. We've only got about 1:30 left, but I want to get right back to the Zoom room. Chad, the idea of assigned seats at a movie theater, do you like this or not?
We're split. I like it, and she hates it.
You hate it. Would you rather walk in with your party of 4 to 5 and only have 2 seats in the front row, 2 in the back row, and have to divide?
And your neck hurts when you're like looking.
Well, we used to get there like early, and it was like you could kind of have control over, on the day to like come in and get your seats. Whereas now it's like you go to sign up and everything's already taken.
What's the last movie you saw in the theater?
Well, we went to a drive-in last week. Does that count?
I mean, technically, yes, but you didn't need an assigned seat.
I think it was Elvis.
It was what?
I think it was Elvis. We saw the Elvis movie.
Twisters.
Twisters. Oh, Twisters.
It's been a hot minute. Chad, everyone in the Lion Zoom room, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, Giran, thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. We'll do it again tomorrow night right here on Fox Local and on Fox 5 DC's YouTube page. Have a great night.